days of long ago, created by the cosmic legends of the universe. There stands one man, one great man, a man dedicated to preserving all that is good in pop culture. Loved by few, hated by many. Alone in his fortress of awesomeness, he battles fearlessly against the wolf, the evil, the unjust. To right that which is wrong, to stand for justice, to serve all mankind. He is the one, the only, the comic Relief Crusader.
Hey everybody, how's it going out there on the YouTubes and the Rumble? This is your host, the Comic Relief Crusader, and welcome to the Fortress of Awesomeness, where the only kind of entertainment matters, especially on a Friday afternoon, especially depending where you're at in this world. You've come here for laughs, you've come here for a giggle, you've come here to make fun of people's expenses. So, because that's what this entire channel is all about.
I'm President Trump and I approve this message.
Exactly. That's why you're here. That's why you're, well, yeah, in a nutshell, that's why you're here. So welcome everybody. Nice to see you all here. Who do we got in the chat so far? We got, looking all the way back, we got that annoying duck, StreamYard. He's always here, always first, on time, all the time. We got Franco Walker that's here, just popped in to give you a like. I appreciate it, Franco Walker. And whoop whoop says Canadian Spider-Man. How's it going? And let's get this weekend started. We shall, Canadian Spider-Man. Nice to see you here, man. And we got everybody's favorite bear, Snortapoop Cuber.com, as I'm borrowing from Raymond Feliciano, and I will. And hello to Vince Womack, that is also on the YouTubes and the Rumble. Greetings and salutations, says Vince Womack. Hail to you, man. And Rocco the Brave, he made it. Got the day off, got my Diet Coke and shoes off, ready to be entertained. Well, I shall not fail you, Rocco. Nice to see you here. And Appion, or not Appion, well, he's here also, but he's in the background lurking. So Gap After Dark is here. Hey, Mike, Appion, PCR, Tom, Spidey, Cuber, Franco Walker, Vince Womack, Rocco the Brave, and everybody else. Hello and welcome to you, Gap After Dark. How's it going, man? Nice to see you. And we got Thetazoid. Aw, shucks, no need for a hail. A hello will suffice. Well, that being said, I will say hello to you, Thetazoid. Nice to see you. So, yes, that's right. You do look like a young Bruce Willis. So, I said it myself. That's true. He does. So, let's see. And who else do we got here? We got Sci-Fi Seth Dan. Hello to you, I say. And we got Christy. How's it going? Hey, you fellas. How's it? Nice to see you, Christy. And we also got, boy, oh boy, everybody's like pouring in at the same time. Howdy, says the Phantom Boomer Explorers. Nice to see you, man. And scrolling down some more. Oh, look at that. We got J-Man. Where's J-Man? J-Man's here. Hey, man. Still on my day job. Just a quick hello. Hey, J-Man. Well, a quick hello to you, too. So nice to see you, man. And, yeah, so that being said, let's welcome everybody onto the panel, shall we?
If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits?
Jason Fox, how's it going?
Doing pretty well, man. I'm doing pretty well. Other than I am pissed that my food came really late before the stream because I want to eat before the stream, so I have to eat while we're streaming. So I'm sorry about that.
Tell the folks what you're eating.
A kebab.
Ooh, nice.
With a
Spicy?
lot of meat. Spice. Could have been more spicy. Could have been more. but it's still good.
Nice. Awesome.
Yeah.
And Appion, how's it going, man?
Hello there.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hello, Snortopoopus. Hello. Hello.
That's right. Trump just called in and said this show is going to be huge, really huge, amazing show for
Hell
you
yeah.
today, or at least we hope so. So, and we also got the guys. That guy.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, two things. One, in your entrance, that thing which you said you're liked by the few, hated by many. I think you're loved by the many now. You're a man. You're a man of the people.
He's
Oh,
okay.
now.
He's okay, you know. He's okay.
By the
I'm
way,
a
where's
big
our
kid
pizza?
now.
I thought we get pizza today. Darn it! It's not one of those days you pizza day and like, no, that was yesterday. Oh, darn, I was sick.
I'm nominal at best.
You're fabulous. You're just fabulous.
I'm just totally fabulous. So,
Fabulous.
yeah, how was your guys' week so far?
Good.
Busy?
Yeah, not too shabby.
Have you got
Pretty
Blame-
all right. Pretty
Have you
all
got
right.
the-
Been a little sick, but other than that,
Oh,
pretty
bummer.
all right.
So, Gap, yeah, no, Tom. Mike is hated by the men. Have you seen his X feed? Yes, yes, I am. Hated by many. So,
X-Feed, it's Twitter.
Dustin
It'll always be
Hoffman, hey,
Twitter.
man. Yeah, exactly. How's it going, man? Nice to see you. Hey, all
Yeah.
just popped in while sitting on my desk at work. I am tickled that like button for you. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Nice to see you.
Everybody tickle that like button.
Exactly.
Tickle, tickle, tickle.
That's right.
Tickle, tickle, tickle.
Grab it by the jumbly wumblies and fondle that thing like there's no tomorrow, eh?
What? Use
So-
it like a stepchild. What? No.
Exactly. Use it like the receptacle that it is. So, and speaking of receptacles, well, let's get into the whole segment that we do every time. Stupid news.
Let's
The
go.
friggin' stupid clip that never works properly. So, hence the real stupidness of it all. Okay, so stupid news of the week on a Friday because, well, you know, that's what most of you guys are here for. So, let's start with this. You know, the drug problem in each respective countries and for most countries across the world. Well, you know, it doesn't really go without saying, you know, don't do drugs. Unless it's, you know, the kind of recreational drugs that, you know.
Don't do drugs. Do tattoos.
Exactly.
a-
So,
It's a lot better.
but
Don't smoke death sticks.
exactly. Yes, yes.
You don't
But
wanna
this
sound-
out of
You're gonna if you
this
do
out of-
too much drugs, you're gonna end up like Jake Soy Milker in the sequel trilogy.
yeah, exactly. And hey, Lady B, how's it going? Nice to see you.
Hey,
that you're
Lady
here
B.
just in the nick of time. With this out of the Canadian press from British Columbia, the beautiful province that doesn't offer much. Apparently, the health officer, the health premier in BC, advises BC, British Columbia, to offer smokable fentanyl in report backing a safer supply. I didn't realize that there was a safe fentanyl out there. So primarily
The
supplied by
first
China.
time I've heard of it, that's like, you know, a good version of it. You know, I'm an ex-drug addict, so I would have loved to known this back in the day.
Yeah, exactly.
We have rat poison, but it's good for you now.
It's
Yeah,
good for you
exactly.
now, yeah, you know.
Try it. Who's going to be the first one to try it? Ain't going to be me.
No,
Trying
exactly
to stay
right.
quiet, but I'm blood boiling right now. This is
That health
disgusting. I'm
officer
going to
can
say this
try
right
it
now. I'm
first.
going to go off. I'm going off.
just
Sorry,
go off.
guys. This
No,
is
just go off.
bullshit. This is utter bullshit. I'm sorry, but
Yep.
this is a world epidemic. This is killing our planet right now. And they're saying they're going to offer to the, excuse my language, we're 30 seconds in, to the fucking people. This is bullshit. I'm sick and tired of this.
Yes.
They're promoting drugs and pushing it. No, ban it completely. We get it off the streets for freak. What the hell? Our
It's
country's
killing
going.
so many. It's killing
It
so
is. I
many
have
already.
family that are addicted to it. I know friends that are addicted to it, and it's killed.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm getting emotional. It's killed
No, but
people I
I
know, and
understand you.
it's bullshit. We don't need to promote this evil drug, which is an evil drug. And people say, "Oh, weed and stuff." There's a difference between weed and this. Okay, there's a
Almost
huge
definitely.
difference.
But
So
I totally understand you, Tom, and I agree with you. As an
it's just,
as a person who used to do a lot of drugs when I was younger, I understand that, and it's just
yeah,
like
it's
it pisses me off too. It's just
I
like
don't get it.
why even? This is
Yes,
killing people.
exactly.
There's
I
no
almost
safer
died of doing
supply.
drugs.
Yeah, and
There's
it,
no
there's no
safe of it.
no. It's
No.
It will never be
disgusting.
safe. It's like even when you go to the doctors, they can also give you medications that are not fucking safe for you and can also fucking kill you.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
100%.
This is
And
this is just
it's getting out of hand.
re-
It's getting out of hand.
this is more than just retarded. Oh my god. And Real Wade Nation Gaming, hey, how's it going, man? Nice to see you. Yeah,
Sorry for the
Snooty
rant,
Poopies, yeah.
everybody. Didn't mean to get offensive,
that
but
was-
that's just
No, that's
But it's
That's fine.
understandable. This affects a lot of us, and we
Yes.
we use common fucking sense that they don't fucking use.
no. I mean,
exactly.
unless there's something bigger afoot, but let's not go there. So
Yeah.
get-
And
get
sort of
them
Poopies, you're
addicted.
right. Yeah, another brilliant politician uses their pea-sized brain to imitate thought. Exactly. Precisely. Gap After Dark. Tom, are you saying that fentanyl is a product of climate change? It must be. Yeah.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
everything
Yeah,
is a result of
apparently,
climate
yeah,
change
right.
at this point. Oh my God.
What is not
Uh,
climate change these days?
Yeah, exactly. Thanazoid said, yeah, it's true. I used to be. I'm 7 years clean. Well, congratulations to you,
Good.
man.
Congratulations, brother.
awesome.
I'm proud of you.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
that's really awesome of you.
And this is also disrespectful to the people who have been clean for many years and have been fighting to become clean and get the life they
Exactly.
have now. This is real disrespectful for them too, to like just do this. It's like, man,
Yeah,
it does affect you,
it's-
man.
It does. It does. Yeah. So this is.
It does. And Killer Rabbit, hey man, nice to see you. Hell, greetings, Hail Gap, Lady B, Polar Bear Hug, and everybody that I missed. Yeah, hey, nice to see you, man. Yeah, it's and that's exactly why I did it.
I'm gonna shake that off. There we go. Oh, yeah, good.
Exactly. But no, I mean this is absolutely like people that often push things, especially politicians, right? That have no skin in the game. And what I mean by that, that have, that probably they might be married, but they don't have kids or anything like that. Or, or their whole immediate family are, let's say, well-to-do. They have absolutely no skin in the game. They do not think about how this is going to affect hundreds, if not thousands, if not millions of people.
Oh, millions.
It's like, are you advocating for people to die or something? Like, what are you trying to say here? What are you trying to do? Are you actually trying to kill people?
Exactly.
Then again, we're in a country
Exactly.
where if you want to kill yourself, they allow that now. So
Yeah.
You have like
FKC. Yeah, I think smoking crack would be safer than fentanyl. It might as well be at this point. My God, But this is absolutely retarded.
It's asinine.
So, and I will
before they say
retarded
it's
because
it's climate change.
What?
Yeah, exactly. What they say is climate change. So yeah, retard alert. There you go. That's our Canadian government for you. That's pushing things. Anyway, and next on the lighter side of stupid.
Good. Yes.
Yes, because I save the good stuff for last, especially. This guy in the news.
What the hell?
He tried
What
to
the-
rob a bank.
Okay, he has been smoking
After
something.
Back to fentanyl. This man tried to rob a
Yes.
bank after paying
Thank you.
$500 to a wizard to make him invisible. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the result of fentanyl.
Yes,
exactly.
Hey, it is.
Exactly.
That's
It is.
facts, bro.
Oh, God. You see how I make one story lead into another? That's why it's important to do
Zing.
research and stuff like that.
He looks like he was on the bath salts when people were turning into zombies and
exactly.
shit.
Try to eat people and just
Lady B, yeah, he looks like a fun spar. Yeah, exactly, right?
He tried to rob a bank. That
Yes.
cloak of invisibility
Nothing
didn't
wrong with
work.
that.
What do you
It didn't
mean?
work, man.
Oh my God. Snorter poopers, yeah, nothing wrong with that guy. No, exactly.
Was he
So-
naked when he did this?
Probably, maybe. Who can
See,
say?
if I was the
So-
Mind
salesman
you-
at the Wizard, I'd be like, it has a time limit. So go rob that bank. You only have 30 minutes, and then it wears
Yeah,
off.
exactly.
Well, if anybody plays
Yeah.
Skyrim, you know if you're taking a visibility potion, you walk out of the room into the next room, the potion doesn't work anymore. You're like, oh, they can see
Yeah.
me all of a sudden. I always hate that. It's like, what the hell?
Oh my
dumb.
god.
That's what
Jeez.
happened. He opened the door. She didn't open the
Hey,
door.
hey, Penny. Nice to see you.
Oh, that was a tiny
we're
one.
all at the store now. I'll hop on when I get home. Okay, Penny, not a problem. So
You just see the person walks there, and you see the little tiny snob, just like, oh, that's small.
Yeah, exactly right.
Oh god.
It's an innie, not an outie anymore. So oh, we got another killer rabbit. Killer rabbit from Carabana.
Oh no, we're being overrun by
Hello,
killer rabbits.
everyone,
What the
and a killer
hell?
rabbit. There we go. Wow, we got 2 rabbits and a bear. There we go. I'm impressed. So nice to see you. So, but oh boy, this guy's tweaking, man. So I'm
That's a
not gonna
great
lie.
picture.
It is an
He's
awesome
trying to
picture,
cast a
too.
spell on us with that picture. He's
Yeah,
he's
it's
focusing
looking in
hard.
your soul.
Either that or
You
just
can't
have
see
a-
me.
You just have a cavity check, you know. It's like, oh,
He's
He
telling
thought
the
he was
guy,
gonna be John Cena.
there's no point in taking my picture. I'm not
exactly.
going to show up on the camera. Like,
Yeah. I roll a 25
invisible.
and wipe your mind clean of what I did. So, oh my god.
I'm innocent. didn't do
Oh
anything.
Lord. I want to meet that wizard and ask, he should ask for his money back.
He should, right? Yeah.
He should have got a guarantee. So guarantee. Oh my god. It just makes me want to find people like this and say, oh yeah, hey, I got something for you, bud.
remember that Tom Hanks movie? It was when they played D&D from the 80s, and he actually started believing he was a wizard. Remember that one?
Oh yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
That was awesome. That was a really
That was
cool
a pretty
film.
good
Hey,
movie.
I think you can do a good market of just selling, well, you'll be invisible to these people. I think that's good market for you. You can earn a lot of
Oh yeah,
money.
I know, right? Lady V asked, did anyone at least play along? Laughing my ass off. I would. Oh no, Mr. Jacked Up Robert. Don't touch me. I can't see you. Oh my god. That would be so hilarious. You're in a bank and a guy appears in front of you. He's like, I am invisible. Give me your money. It's like, what?
What are you talking
call the
about?
mental hospital. We have another one got loose.
If that ever happened, I think I would have fucking died of laughter.
Oh god, yeah, I know, right? It would have been even more funny if he was naked.
Put
like
the
we said
money in
before.
this floating bag.
Since we are living in
Don't
an
laugh at
age
me.
where we use the phone all the time, you have to remember to take the phone, take a picture, and post it because everybody wants to see it because that's the age we're living in.
Yep.
And
Oh,
he will
God,
never
yeah,
do.
exactly.
Then he will never try to do it again.
Snort of poop as I just cover my eyes. If I can't see you, you can't see me. Exactly. Oh my god, the people out there, and this is why I do it for everybody's benefit. So, not just to, inform you of all the insanity of news that's out there, of what people are doing and stuff like that, but hopefully it gives you guys a little bit of a good giggle. So, just to let you know.
Stupidity and humanity. It's mixing very well nowadays.
Exactly.
Common sense is missing. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Freak. I wonder if any of this kind of stuff ever happened in the time of Noah. So, look, I found particular mushrooms. No, you should not eat those. Those are bad for you. Oh, God. Anyway, so with everything that's going on with, with the superhero industry, the movie industry, blah, 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 we've all heard it before. Well, let's have a little bit of fun at James Gunn's expense because, yeah.
He always has something. It's always something with him, aren't it?
Exactly. It's, because it's just, well, as many of you guys heard, there is a planned merger between Paramount and Warner Brothers going on. And, well, a lot of people just don't know how that's going to affect, the current DCU that James Gunn is planning on heading, and well,
I have so much faith in that.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Let the pandering begin because he loves to hire his buddies and all that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, that's right. And hello, Wendy Drama Warrior, you're here. Nice to see you. Awesome that you're here.
Hail
to
His
you.
brother and his wife will be in everything.
Oh God, yeah.
He
And his
has to
buddies.
jerk off. He has to jerk off after something.
Well, exactly right. So this from the Cosmic Book News. There's a scoop that's confirmed that Guns' Superman set up to sell Warner Brothers Discovery to NBC Universal. So I kind of misquoted when it said Paramount, but it's supposed to be Universal. The whole merger that's planned on happening and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, very interesting stuff that's going on. So apparently, Guns' new Superman and DC Universe is likely one of Zaslav's shiny objects to sell to Warner Brothers Discovery. Really interesting. So, personally, seeing how the movie is delayed for a year, the alleged Superman story that he plans on writing, and him getting into everything because he has to micromanage every little project. I don't even know if this is going to happen even next year at this point. That's my thoughts on it.
Yeah, no, I totally understand that.
Yeah, because I'm thinking this is
because he has been teasing the whole Kingdom Come for a long time. That's what it's his favorite comic and all that kind of stuff. And he's been reposting a lot of pictures of it all the time. It's Kingdom Come is a fun story, but I would love to see a normal Superman story, like a classical Superman story that we used to have.
Yeah, it is. I'm just
and actually having Henry Cavill and not a copycat.
Yeah, I know, right? God, you just should have kept the obvious, you moron. Anyway, but now Variety confirms a scoop that Warner Brothers Discovery could be sold to NBC Universal, which would include James Gunn's new DCU. So, insiders first told the article writer that there was a possibility of happening that in 2022, and again filled me in last year, which is kind of news that I reported, I believe it was near the end of the year, about this whole merger going on.
Yeah, and we also have to take this always with a grain of fucking salt, because it's rumors all the time of this and that, and then this doesn't happen, and sometimes it does. It's hard to say these days, but again, even with rumors now, it's everything is fucking possible because it's been proven so many times. Every time we hear something that kind of sounds like that can happen, like a possibility.
Yep. More than likely. So, and hail, Phantom Outsider, nice to see you here. So great that you can drop in. So, Killer Rabbit from Space, the Superman movie will probably get the same treatment that the Batgirl movie did.
Gosh, I hope not. I want to see that Batgirl movie still.
Yeah, many people want to see it just to see how
Brendan
it actually
Fraser
was.
as Firefly. Let's go.
Yeah. No, please don't let it happen. No. So, now this past October saw THR confirm what I said, and now Variety adds further confirmation. So, regarding the recent reports that David Zaslav was considering merging Warner Brothers Discovery with Paramount, it's my understanding that this was never going to happen. No, I kind of figured that it actually would happen. But, hey, I'm not going to complain about the writer of the article whatsoever. Just going by the current state of things, basically. Considering merging with Warner Brothers Discovery with Paramount, it's my understanding that this was never going to happen. It appears as if Zaslav was making a strategic move in an attempt to gain leverage over potential suitors of Warner Brothers Discovery. Of course, that being NBC Universal, parent company is Comcast. Comcast, if a lot of you people don't know, I mean, they are huge, humongous, and if anything, well, they have no problem just buying up everything that that Warner Brothers has. I mean, they got the cash for it. I mean, dang.
Oh, yeah.
Universal's a monster. So all the time. I mean, aside from their whole theme park, they actually take care of their properties. That's the weird thing, right? In a roundabout sort of way. I know not every movie can be a hit or anything like that, but at least they don't.
But they care about the fans. They care about the fans. Unlike this company, Warner Brothers, and then we can also say another Disney and stuff. They don't care about the fans, but they actually care about the fans. So
Gap After Dark guys. Yeah, wouldn't that make them a monopoly Comcast Universal? You know, I'm thinking kind of in a way. I mean, that's a big merger. That's a huge merger.
Everything's
So-
merging now. There's less and less
Well-
companies. So
Well,
Yeah.
exactly. I mean, you know, you look at Disney
Yeah.
buying out all the Fox movies, right? Not
Mm.
Fox entirely, because you know they still have their shows, but you know they bought the whole Fox essentially movie studio, right?
Yeah.
And then on top of that Lucasfilm, and then on top of that Marvel. I mean, like everybody knows anyway. So I mean, I would think that that's pretty much borderline monopoly right there.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
unless something has changed that a lot of people don't know about, including myself, I don't think they're really worried about like a monopolization of sorts. So I'm guessing they would need some sort of approval on that. You know, I mean, it happened with AT&T a while back, you know, breaking up into, what was it, Verizon and a bunch of other smaller companies. So I don't know, just have to see. So this from Cosmic Book News was told, hopefully Universal Comcast in a couple of years. Well, the not a done deal was first told about it at the 2022 Comic-Con. Then again this year was told Zaslav wants to sell, hopefully, to Universal. Was told Zaslav hopes Universal breaks up the sale so he can retain control of Discovery, which is actually, something that I had heard earlier this year. So because Zaslav at least wants to still run Discovery. So if they break it up into, you know, smaller chunks and whatnot. So but was also reported, I'm told that David Zaslav demanded Gunn wipe out the DC slate and reboot with cheaper talent, and also that Zaslav plans to sell Warner Bros. Discovery.
that just opened up a lot of cheaper talent, because you had Ben, you had Gal, you had Henry. They're not cheap. Maybe that's interesting.
Yeah.
I heard they barely
Yeah,
paid
right.
Gal Gadot for the first Wonder Woman, though.
Yeah, I know. It was an
That's what
amazing
I heard.
film, first one. So
Like 40,000 or something ridiculously low.
really,
Yeah.
Like she got
I know, she
screwed
got
on that
ripped
first
off, man.
movie.
that was an excellent film.
Big time.
Second one,
And that was
to be
was.
Well,
desired.
the second one has a lot of problems.
Yeah.
Oh, God,
First one, I loved
yeah.
it. It was brilliant.
The
The
first
implications.
Wonder Woman movie, I didn't really care much. I thought like the half of the movie was okay-ish, and then it kind of lost me. The second one, that was just fucking terrible all over.
It was horrible.
The best
Yeah.
part of that movie was in the mall, because that actually felt like a superhero scene.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was
And
actually
hey,
Wonder
Dan,
Woman
man.
actually being a superhero.
Yeah, for a change. God.
Yeah.
And hey, Dad, man, howdy. I hear eggplants are merging into booby plants. So, sorry, joke for someone else. Okay, not a problem. Nice to see you, though. So, Gap After Dark. Yeah, so Discovery would go back to being Discovery again instead of Warner. Those Discoveries can't make up their damn minds. No, they can't. Well,
Sure.
they can and they can't. Because, you know, like years ago, Zaslav was retired. And because everything is just crashing, Warner Brothers, you know, they brought Zaslav back to at least try to salvage it somehow. And, you know, I don't know. Maybe it was just too late, I'm guessing, with all the movies that were already in production, already coming out. And I mean, what we saw a few months ago, if anybody recalls that, we had the stock information of Warner Brothers, and it was somewhere like, I don't know, $10, $11 or something like that. So
it was going down as we were talking.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm thinking Zaslav is just like, you know what? Yeah, no, there's no sense beating a dead horse. Let's just sell it and try to recoup losses maybe of some sort. So, you know, he's open on just staying on. That's my thing. So, Phantom Outsider, technically it's a monopoly if they have sole control over a utility type project, i.e. like Standard Oil, AT&T. They would just be a large conglomerate with fingers everywhere. Yeah. Okay, I get that. Yeah.
I wonder if
Totally
it's something
understand now.
like Microsoft when they bought Activision. That was one of the biggest acquisitions in years, with like $64 billion. and they pretty much own everything within the Activision Blizzard thing, and that was massive.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't realize how many companies were underneath that umbrella.
The death of Blizzard.
Yeah, I know.
Oh man, I know, right?
Activision.
Yeah, I
ruined
want a
them.
boo plant.
No,
So,
my boo plan.
you would have a boo plant, yes. A boo plant parmesan. Nom nom nom. And hail ADG. Nice to see you, man. Great that you're here. Yeah. So anyway, Gun, how we used to like you so much. But a Variety's report published Thursday titled Warner Brothers Spends Big, Joker 2 budget hits 200 million, Lady Gaga's 12 million payday. Oh my
I
God.
forgot that movie existed.
I know, right?
We never needed a goddamn
The
sequel
musical.
to the Joker.
No,
the
we
musical.
don't.
Oh,
The
boy.
Joker movie was perfect for a solo
Yep,
movie and
exactly.
end there.
Perfect standalone movie.
Yeah, you don't need sequels to every little single movie sometimes. Sometimes they're good as a
No.
one movie.
Exactly. According to Tom Cruise's new deal and more, it's mentioned those projects are being used as a shiny object to help Zaslav sell the company. No, you know what? I gotta agree with you. Yeah, just leave Joker the way it was. I don't think you don't need a Joker 2. It was great.
No,
as
it was a
standalone.
great. It was, and the ending you can question yourself if the story was real or not. It's like it was perfectly done, because we all know Joker
Yeah.
has always been like this. You know, he have in comics, you know, he have sometimes been like he has different backstories and he explains different backstories, and
Yeah.
it's just like that's perfect. This is a story he might have told. Is it real? Is it not? We don't know.
Yeah, like
But
in
the
Dark
whole-
Knight, his multiple, like how he got his scars stories, like we don't know which
Yeah.
one's real or if any of them are real. So like what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is, and it was a perfect movie for what it was. We don't need a musical with fucking Lady Gaga.
No,
Jeez.
no.
She's
And,
weird.
Hey, Radioactive, how's it going, man? Nice to see you here. Yeah,
And
no.
the rumors is that she has a dick.
Oh God. Well, Joker is a bit of a madcap anyway, so I guess that explains that. But no,
Oh God!
yeah, I know, right?
Don't give
But
them
no,
ideas.
Yeah, exactly. But when Joker when Joker came out, like everybody was just ranting and raving over it. It was just like, totally a huge hit, huge. So
Was.
I don't know,
Huge.
huge hit.
Well, he
Amazing
studied mental
story.
health disabilities before he went into it too, different types,
Yeah.
and it represented mental health in a really amazing, like, put focus on, like, whoa, that's one thing about it too. And we're at
Yeah.
an all-time high in mental health around the world, so that's one thing I think brought a forefront to that.
And from Todd Phillip to go from primarily like comedy movies, like Road Trip and like Hangover movies, to go to Joker, that complete tonal shift and like style shift is brilliant to show his range.
It was really
Yes.
brilliant to see what he was able to do.
Oh God, 100%. But yeah, do we really need Joker 2? I don't think so.
No.
It's
And the
just-
rumor also is what we know so far is that she's not going to be a therapist or anything like that. She's going to be
what?
Yeah, that's what the rumors are about the movie, that they're going to change her story in the movie.
Oh,
She
man.
needs to be his psychiatrist.
Denzel
And then,
is the one who.
Yeah.
and then she breaks him out of Arkham or something like.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because he's able to convince her. Yeah, that's like that needs to happen. I don't know.
Yeah,
I like
it's just
that.
a rumor, but you never know these days. You never know these days.
That's true.
unfortunately.
Well, considering the climate of how they don't want to stick to canon whatsoever, because we've seen that video clip.
Don't read the comics.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me one bit that they do go in that direction, right?
I wonder
As
if she'll
ridiculous
even
Source
call him
material
Mr.
is
J.
not important. Who cares
Yeah,
about it?
exactly.
So
What
what's
was
going to
that,
happen
Avion?
probably is I said I wonder if she'll even call him Mr. J. And I bet like
Yeah.
he'll fall in
Oh.
love. He'll fall madly in love with her and get like obsessed with her instead of her being obsessed with him.
Because that's what the
Oh,
fan
yeah.
Turn him
fiction
into a
is, you
simp.
know?
Which
Yeah,
grows.
that-
Yeah,
yeah.
simp. Oh my God, that would be actually
Mm.
funny as hell.
Oh.
But you know That's how a lot of these fan fiction people are doing. So, they want to
Exactly.
cater to those people, unfortunately, too. And it's like, don't do that. Joker needs to be Joker.
Yeah,
That's
100%.
Yeah.
he never loved Harley in that kind of sense. For fuck's sake, if you go through the whole fucking story, he was a terrible guy to her.
Oh yeah, he
Well, people always
slapped her all the
praise that
time and all
relationship.
kinds of
That was a
shit.
very bad relationship. It's very abusive
Yeah,
and bad.
and people are
Yeah.
shipping that relationship, and a lot of people out there, they say, I want a relationship like Joker and Harley, and I'm just
No, you
sitting
don't.
here,
It's like,
I'm just sitting, As a fan of both characters, no, I
Yeah.
would never have that relationship.
Yeah,
No,
it's
exactly.
literally a toxic relationship. It's literally toxic.
Yeah, it's
Been there, done
Yeah.
that, right? But not at that extent.
Oh,
He basically
man.
throws her out of a window. Come on.
Yeah, exactly, right? Oh, yeah. That's love. When you care so much about
Yeah,
somebody.
I care
Yeah.
so much about that. I'm gonna throw you out of a window.
If you
Still
love
love
me,
Mr.
you'll feel
J.
the pain that I've felt.
Yeah, pudding.
Oh, man. But but the quote was the strategy at Warner Brothers right now, and the reason they made some of these big star deals is they're basically playing with other people's money, which is true because they always play with other people's money, says one insider. They're shopping for Quentin or Cruz with the notion that they can use it as a shiny object that is going to be an additive when Zaslav sells the company. Well, I mean, they can try.
Mm.
Is it going to work though? Yeah, I don't know
Wait and see.
because
Yeah.
because if anything, Cruz, I mean, he'll work with anyone as long as the money's good, the story's good, the director's good, the producer's good, and that could be anybody.
Mm.
Anybody, yeah.
I mean, sure, he's had really good success with Universal. No arguments there, especially when it comes to working with
I still can't believe he was in Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, I
was an awesome
know.
role, though. That was
So good. One of the
I
best
didn't
cameos
mind-
ever.
Yeah, I didn't mind Tropic Thunder, so
Hilarious. I love it.
it was pretty
It's such a
good.
good
It was
movie.
Different
You
awesome.
can
thing
never make
for
you
him.
can never make a movie like
No.
that ever again these
That's
days.
like
Yeah,
the
no,
exact
no,
example of like this isn't getting made today.
Oh,
canceled.
no, that's true. Oh no, wait, I was
Yeah.
thinking Days of Thunder. What am I talking about?
Oh, the wheelchair one when he's like a race car driver and then
Race car driver. Yeah,
That was a good
actually,
one too,
yeah.
actually. Yeah.
that was a pretty good one too. Yeah, no, but yeah, Tropic Thunder. Oh my God, yeah, no, you can't.
Yeah,
beat
Les
one of
that.
the best
Grossman.
movies ever.
Tropic
Yes.
Thunder,
That
Blazing Saddles,
or-
movies that couldn't be made today.
Or
Um,
that movie
yeah.
with Michael J. White, Black Dynamite. You can never make movies
Oh,
like that
yeah,
anymore
yeah.
either.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Phantom Outsider. Yeah, Joker would shoot through Harley just to get at Batman.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
true.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Totally.
He's more fucking
100%,
gay
yeah.
for Batman than in
I mean, it's-
Yeah, exactly.
he is more gay for
Thing is, though,
Batman. And he cares more about Batman and their fucking relationship.
No, that's true. Joker was good, but in my opinion, Heath Ledger was King Joker. I'll always be in love with that performance. Yeah,
Oh, me too. Me too.
I'm gonna
baby.
agree
it
with
was
that one.
really good.
I-
Really,
I-
really good.
I think it's good, but I wouldn't call him the king. It's. I had my
To me, he
issues here and
was,
there.
and Mark Hamill was number 2, even though Mark only does the voice. Mark does an amazing voice.
Yeah, I think Heath Ledger's the
Amazing
best
voice.
live action Joker that I've ever seen, and then Mark Hamill's like the best animated.
Oh, so good.
Oh, for sure.
In my
100%.
opinion.
Yeah.
For me, I was never the
Um,
biggest fan of Heath Ledger. He grew on me later on in life, but he
Yeah.
would never be on my top list. Because for me, I felt like Christopher Nolan took too much inspirations from The Crow. So there's like a lot of scenes that was really replicated from The Crow and attitude and
agree,
how he looks. Yeah, so it was certain stuff that I was like, I see what you're doing here. I do
Yeah.
like it to a point, but you're losing me a little. But he was one of the best Jokers in that kind of sense. If you think about live action, he is one of the great ones. He grew on me,
Mhm.
but
I like
Sadly enough,
Jack
it killed him.
Nicholson.
Yeah.
I'm a
Oh,
Jack
Jack did it.
Nicholson fan.
He did more of a different version, less like he did more of the Frank Miller one. I find Heath, and he did more of the other ones. I find Jack, but they're both good in their own respective.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
they're good in their own ways. They all
Yeah,
did
yeah.
differently. So
Yeah. Phantom Boomer Explores says recently watched Tropic Thunder, liked it much better this time around. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
100%.
I would love to go back, I would love to see it in cinema and all that kind of stuff. Just hang out with friends and watch that movie at the cinema and laughing my ass off.
Those fake trailers.
Oh,
Oh God, they're so good.
Yeah.
Oh, big
Who
time,
left the
big
fridge
time.
open?
Yeah.
They brought him back to save the
Oh,
world.
look at
again.
that.
Yeah.
Radioactive gifted 10 memberships.
Oh, Radioactive. Yeah, thanks, man. Gifted 10 Comic Relief Crusader memberships. Thank you very much.
Oh, brother. Go from
Radioactive.
Valhalla.
And this one is for you.
A show of gratitude for your service in the past. Here's a sandwich.
But
Thanks for coming, everybody. Good night.
no, wait!
You got your sandwich.
My tallest, an opportunity to prove I truly can be an invader, is all that I ask. Gimme.
There you go. Thank you,
love him.
Radioactive. Really appreciate you, man.
Yay.
And while you're here, everybody grab a membership while you can so you can be part of this insane crew and carry on in this current realm of stupidity that we're in. So, because that's why you come here, revealing the stupid to everyone. So, thank you, Radioactive. Really appreciate you. Friend of Outsider says, Ledger was the best Joker in an unrelatable narrator. As the want to know how I got these scars clearly showed, he'd altered the story to cater to the audience he was playing to. Yeah, I can
The
go
only
along with that.
time The only time he really told a lie was when he called Maggie Gyllenhaal beautiful. I was like, oh, come on.
Yeah, exactly, right?
She's the worst part about that movie. So
Oh,
when she
I
dies
know.
in the movie, I didn't shed a fucking tear. I was like, oh, thank God.
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
terrible
finally.
scream.
Finally.
Her terrible fucking screaming.
Oh, yeah. Gab After Dark, after being in a movie with Lady Gaga, the third Joker film's going to be Brokeback Joker Mountain.
You complete me.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
exactly.
I'll never quit you, Batman.
Oh,
And hey,
God,
Carla,
no.
nice to see you here. I missed you, Carla.
Oh, Batman, you wore your assless
Don't give them
chaps today.
IDs. Don't give them
Yeah,
IDs, man. Because you know
exactly.
the shippers out there they are gonna try to push it. You know.
Yeah,
'Cause
exactly.
madness is like gravity.
But
Oh,
yeah.
a little
Anyway, so as I said, Zaslav could sell Warner Brothers Discovery within a couple years time frame, which is this year. And again, Variety says that Zaslav is building up Warner Brothers to make it more tempting to potential buyers. So, following the quote, that time may be approaching in April. So, less than 2 months actually by this time. In April, Warner Brothers Discovery can entertain offers to buy, sell, or merge with a studio like NBC Universal, as many on the lot believe will happen. That's when the 2-year lockup period expires as part of the 2022 deal that united Warner Media and Discovery. All of the recent movies, from a first look packed with Margot Robbie's Lucky Chap to the quest to land Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer, follow up are akin to painting a house before it hits the market. Ooh. Interesting. Yeah. So I think I get what they're saying here. So
I get what they're
Yeah.
saying, but I'm still gonna.
Yeah.
I will believe it when I see it because it's still a rumor and all that. So,
True.
but it's highly believable with the rumors these days. That's the thing too. But
Well, exactly. Frig, buy it up, buy Warner Brothers up, pennies on the dollar, pretty much at this point. So, because everybody's sick of the girl bosses, everybody's just. I hesitate to use the word superhero fatigue. I just look at it as
I look at it
writing
as
superhero.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
how I look at it. Bad writing fatigue and all that kind of stuff. Because we would not be we want to have a lot of superhero movies and stuff like that, but we want them well fucking done. For example, that's what we want. We just want a well done superhero movie.
Yeah, I mean, that's not so hard to ask. Gap After Dark, yeah, painting a house before it goes on the market means lipstick on the pig. Exactly. 100%. That's an even better analogy. So, Lady B, yeah, bitches and bad bears get things done. Exactly. They do. So, but God, they just should have never let him go. So THR's report mentions the mega deal with Tom Cruise, the potential new movie from Quentin Tarantino with Cruise attached, Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan's new vampire movie. I'm not exactly looking forward to that. Margot Robbie's new WB deal, Christopher Nolan's next movie, and Joker 2 movie as shiny objects to be used to sell Warner Brothers Discovery, according to site sources. Okay, well, I can see Cruise as the proverbial shiny object.
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino, sure.
To an
I
extent,
mean, he's only
yeah.
going to
I
do
mean,
probably like one more movie, though. I mean, how many movies they think they're going to get out of Quentin? Like,
I
Well,
thought he was going
exactly.
to retire
Done.
already. I thought he was
yeah,
done. But yeah.
he said he was done already. So at most,
Yeah.
they'll get one feature film from him,
Pretty much.
unless they like somehow convince him to make TV shows or something along these lines. They're not
Yeah.
going to get much out of Quentin, you know, like.
No,
No,
not really.
I don't mind Michael B. Jordan. Guy's an excellent actor, and Margot's already proved himself. So I mean, they're both names.
When I see
Yeah.
Ryan Coogler, Michael B. Jordan, new vampire movie, I think of like they're making like a remake to Vampire in Brooklyn, the movie where Eddie Murphy was a vampire.
Yeah.
Let's just have a Brokeback Mountain vampire version.
Oh God! Whenever I see Michael B. Jordan's name, I'm thinking Johnny Storm and that god awful 2015 Fantastic Four movie.
That movie was so shit.
Oh God!
Just wait. When you
Yeah.
see the MCU version, you will be like, you know what? I rather watch that version.
Oh my God! No! Oh shit!
He's
no,
redeemed
please no.
himself though from there. I mean, he's done a pretty good job. After
Yeah,
that.
I'll give him that much. So, and and Christopher Nolan, especially with what happened with Oppenheimer last year. I mean, that was a
Oh, yeah.
fantastic movie.
Brilliant
I mean,
film.
That's a
dang.
good movie. It is.
So I can see that, where they're coming from with that. So, but oddly enough, there's no mention of James Gunn's DCU. Oh, gee, I can't imagine why. So
Yeah,
Gunn
right.
is rebooting the DC films, as we all know, the whole universe, starting with Superman Legacy, which is already delayed a year. And he's already announced 5 movies and 5 TV shows as part of his Chapter 1 Gods and Monsters slate, which again, we heard last year. And nothing's still been done. No trailers, no other teases. We just
I don't think he's done writing anything. I think he's in a way a lazy writer, not as bad as George R. Martin, but
Oh God, tell me about it.
but
But
still lazy.
what happens if Zaslav sells Warner Brothers Discovery and Superman Legacy gets released in 2025? Obviously, with 10 projects announced and the possibility of the sale, that would mean the new DCU would fall under Universal.
They would cut half of those projects.
Oh, big time. Big time. So it's
And
not
also-
a stretch to think that Zaslav wants to use Gunn's universe as another shiny object that would make Warner Brothers Discovery look all the better as a sale to potential suitors. Guess who wanted a new Superman movie? Zaslav did, like we all know.
And the
Because
world. A good
Yeah.
Superman movie.
Exactly.
Man of Steel 2.
Yep.
And also when
Vince
you do
Womack
think
says,
about
anyone think Captain Britain is doing is something Cavill will do, or is he just tired of comic book movies? I'm really hoping that Cavill does Captain Britain. I
But
really
again,
Come
you
to
know,
Marvel.
I think it would be
Yeah.
problems on set too, because again, he is someone who cares about source material,
Yeah.
and he
Yep.
would
Yeah.
step down his foot if they did something he didn't agree with.
Oh,
And
big
what I
time.
want to say, and also one thing I want to say is that when you do think about James Gunn, he planned out so many things at once, too much at once, and that's again, people complain about Zack Snyder trying to rush a little bit with his universe.
Yeah.
But with what James Gunn is doing, well, he kind of does the same thing with rushing everything even more, in my opinion. So
Yeah.
and it's not even finished, At least Zack Snyder had a plan in a way. James Gunn doesn't really have a good plan. He doesn't do
No.
any. He doesn't do much.
Instead of
No, not
5 or
really.
10 mediocre projects, how about you make one really good one and then go from there?
Precisely.
If it's well received, work on another thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If it's well received, you can continue. If it's not, maybe it's not worth it. Then you
No.
saw that flopped. But
True.
again, it's
Hey, Pop, how's it going?
Hey,
Nice to see you,
yeah.
man.
hey,
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
how
Finally,
are you,
finally
bro?
made it in. Finally made it in.
Awesome.
Been one
let's
of
see,
those
Phantom
days.
Oh, it's
Good that you
yeah.
found. Good to see you again, bro.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
same here.
Phantom Outsider says if Warner's wanted to have value in order to make themselves a viable acquisition, they'd get Burton to do the long-promised Beetlejuice 2 with Keaton, a Gremlins 3, a Lego Batman 2, and a comic accurate Superman movie.
Well, they're already
Agreed.
Beetlejuice 2 was already done, so
Yeah.
it's coming this year. So
Jenna Ortega,
Yeah.
Winona
Oh,
Ryder.
I'm excited for it. I'm not a fan for Jenna Ortega. I promise. I will know. Hey, I'm a
I
young
think
boy. I'm a young boy. So that's
Well, yeah.
yeah. I'm just gonna blame it on
Sometimes.
that. I'm still 28, so
You got
Beetlejuice
time.
1 is good though. Beetlejuice 1 is good. I like that movie. So I hope the second Beetlejuice will be good, and I'm of course also excited to see Jenna Ortega because she's a good actress, and she's also an outspoken actress who actually is not afraid to say her opinions on how stuff are and stuff like that. So
wait, how
Yeah.
old is she? How old is she
I-
again?
20,
Around it.
early 20s, I think.
That's good enough for me. I'm in 50s. I still think she's hot.
I'm President Trump, and I approve this message.
I mean,
There
she's
you go.
good in
Hey,
everything. I've
stand in
seen her
line,
in.
brother. Stand in line, brother. You don't want to fuck with a Viking, bro.
And I'd be okay with the Lego Batman 2 movie. God, yeah. First one was hilarious, man. I loved
Fun to
it.
play.
so?
I love them.
Oh,
gosh,
big
yeah.
time. Yeah. I thought it was.
I didn't like it.
You
But
didn't like
again,
it?
I don't like Lego in general, so I think
Yeah.
Blasphemy! No.
mostly what I like when it comes to Lego is mostly, when I played Star Wars Lego, I think that's the only thing that I really enjoyed. But other than that, I was
for
never a
sure.
big Lego
Will
guy.
Arnett,
Yeah.
he does a great Batman voice.
Oh, dude, yes, totally.
Oh yeah, that I
Uh,
can agree with. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, especially when he's like in his home theater and he's watching Jerry Maguire in the home
Yeah.
theater. And he's like, "Hey, you completely," and he just bursts out laughing. It's just awesome. Oh my god, I laughed my ass off in the movie theater. It was perfect. Jeez. But the good news is that I've been told that Gunn's DCU will likely continue at Universal, and it's worth mentioning that Gunn, in part, got his start with Zack Snyder at Universal with Dawn of the Dead, following Scooby-Doo, which was at Warner Brothers. And it's also my understanding that those in Hollywood love Gunn, especially Warner Brothers. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. So now, regarding what could happen with
They love the
Matt
same
Reeves-
jokes that he did back in the day. That's why they have a
Yeah,
common
that's
thing.
what I'm thinking too. Yeah, exactly. Regarding what could happen to the Matt Reeves Batman universe, I haven't heard anything, but it's probably safe to say that it would continue on at Universal. And also, as confirmed by my insiders, it's known that Reeves is involved with Gunn's DCU and that he has grandfathered into the DCU even before Gunn was appointed in charge. Now, I know, right? It's rather an odd one because they're buddies. Because they're buddies.
And it makes him a hypocrite though, because he only wants one Superman, but he's okay to have like 4 fucking Batman. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, of
hypocrite.
course.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even a good Batman.
I
No,
know.
that's true.
Then that Riddler was garbage.
It
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, totally, 100%. Now, he's also been told that Matt Reeves was up to take over DC following Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight trilogy ending, but that Nolan chose Snyder to take over DC instead. Now, Reeves is back on DC big time. Now, the insiders also said that back in 2019, a DC reboot was underway involving Gunn, Reeves, and J.J. Abrams. God, please no, not J.J. Abrams. And also we'll add that Universal has been going after Disney, not only with its movies, which has been a big success as of late, but also Universal Studios Hollywood. The DC brand would be a great fit at the theme park, as at one time there was even plans for DC at Universal Studio Hollywood way back when. That is very interesting.
Universal in Florida has a whole Marvel land with like Doctor Doom ride, a Hulk ride, a Spider-Man ride.
Yeah,
so they do have some Marvel rides under Universal's like name.
They do.
It would be cool if they had DC stuff too, but then they'd have to. What would they take the stuff from Six Flags Magic Mountain then? They already have a Superman ride. They have a Batman ride. You know, Joker, Riddler, all that stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
I'd be okay with that. But there was also pieces of concept art of what the Universal Studio Park would look like. And let's see if I can just bring this up quickly here. This is what it allegedly would look like. So pieces of the concept art for the DC park by Universal. So
wow.
Oh,
that actually looks
there's like a Gotham and like a looks like a Metropolis.
You got
I'm
Hall of
not a
Justice.
big park guy, but if I saw this, I would be like, damn, I want to go.
Yeah,
I know,
like
right?
Yeah, that
Hall
old
of
school.
Justice.
Yeah, that old school looking Hall of Justice.
Yeah.
That looks pretty cool.
I love it. And then you got Themyscira, it looks like there on the center bottom. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Why can't we get stuff like this? Why can't they satisfy us geeks like this? Come on.
Well, yeah,
You
exactly.
You never give the fans what they want. That's like the first.
They only give the wokey pokies what they want. Come on.
Yeah. But I would totally go to that. 100%.
Yeah.
You know, this is what Disney needs to do to like step up their game, like totally. You know, one side you have Metropolis, the other side you got Gotham City. You know, you got Themyscira there. You got the Hall of Justice. I mean, I
bet there's like an Aquaman area hidden somewhere.
Oh yeah, more than likely. I'm thinking probably
a lot of water in that picture.
Yeah, he's probably he's underwater. Who cares about him? You know,
there's like probably just like a submarine ride that like goes through a little underwater.
And then he's fucking
it's a
the
big
fish.
yawn.
We get down there and you see him humping the fish, and he's like, "Oh shit, we were right all along."
I'll eat my fish right at Aquaman's land.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat my sushi in front of his face.
Make him cry.
I'm eating a friend.
Aquaman cry.
Oh shit,
In
I'm
the
eating
Hall of
your
Justice.
lover. Oh shit, I'm eating your lover. I'm not sorry because your lover tastes good. Okay.
John Cena and Peacemaker. I heard he screws fish.
Yeah, exactly.
I heard he has sex with fish.
Meanwhile, in the Hall of Justice, Aquaman attempts his genetic tinkering by screwing with fish to attempt to make a mermaid. God, that's what he would do.
And that's how Ariel was born.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God.
Oh
A
god,
brave
that would be a
new
crossover.
world. Oh my God. Vince Womack, I remember the old Batman ride that came out a bit after the '89 movie, where you ride the Batmobile. Yeah, I heard about that. I heard it was like super cool.
I've heard
man.
about it. I wish I was born at that time, bro.
Dude. Carla Burton says, well, the
Yeah,
Harry Potter world was very immersive.
Yeah, I
been to
hear
that.
a lot of people have loved
pretty
that
incredible.
Harry Potter. Yeah, I've heard
Yeah.
so, and I want to
Like,
go. I
what?
really want to go. there.
Diagon Alley is incredible. The castle is so amazingly recreated.
Have you guys seen
Oh,
the
you've been there?
I've been to the one
wow.
in California. Yeah.
Have you
Oh,
seen
wow.
that Harry
nice.
Potter hotel stuff that they have that I made in Asia and
No.
stuff? They have like a
Mm-mm.
hotel thing, and it's like really massive, and you're actually living in Hogwarts and everything.
Yeah.
And I saw some of the actors went there. The people that are actually friends with J.K. Rowling and actually likes her. We have a few. We have a few of the actors who actually still likes her. That doesn't disagree with her. So we have Malfoy, of course, the actor Tom Felton, who played Malfoy. Of course, he loves J.K. and he's still happy with the whole Harry Potter stuff. He went there, and when I saw the place, I want to go. I want to go there. I want to live there for a couple of days, just be sorted in a house and everything.
Oh hell yeah!
If I'm not getting Ravenclaw, I'm getting pissed because I'm a
Yeah.
fucking Ravenclaw. Every time I take a test, I'm a Ravenclaw.
Tom Felton was actually he was actually in the CW Flash show for a season or two. He was a pretty decent character.
I liked him in the show. I actually
Yeah.
did enjoy him in the show, but I did also cut him out because of money, so they had to get other actors to other stuff.
Yeah.
It was annoying,
Right.
but
It was,
that
it was
show
cool to see
failed
him
hard.
again after Harry Potter. Yeah,
Yeah,
Him
he
was
also
something
was
that's-
in one of the.
Let's see, Vince Womack. Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Meanwhile, in the Hall of Justice, it's probably the area where the lonely dolphin hangs out. Big time. Jeez. Yeah, Carla Burton, we noticed that they made the waiting queue places amazing at Disney World. Oh, really? And hey, Lenrod, how's it going, man? Nice to see you.
Hail.
So great that you're
Hello.
here. Happy Friday to
Hello.
you. Yeah, is it going to be enough to whet the appetites of Universal? Probably. Don't know exactly, but I guess we'll have to see. But that being said, let's take a brief commercial break before we go into a little bit of story time with Wendy, Trauma Warrior. So here we go. Let's whet the appetite a little.
What are you going to do with that stick?
Oh, there's lots of things you can do with this stick, Elmo. Hey, maybe you can be playing hockey with it, like. Yeah, I've been a goalie now for about 3 years, and it hasn't affected me.
Maybe it could be like a baton. There you are, conducting a full orchestra. Thank you, Madonna, for that lovely lingerie melody. I better go back. We'll never be able to do that. I realize.
Or it could be a cane. Well, Nancy and I are just happy to be here. Or you can play Pinocchio, the home game. I have 2 Academy Awards, Elmo. Stuff like that, Elmo. Just simple things. Yeah.
Whoa.
And I told you what I'm going to do with this stick.
What?
I'm going to give it to you.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Robbins.
Mr. Robbins? Taking the stick back, Elmo.
Oh.
It's pretty good.
I only had 3 lines.
That was a lot better than Will Wheaton.
Yeah, Will Wheaton's gonna
yeah.
get mad again.
I miss Robin
Yeah.
Williams. He's one of my favorite
Yeah.
people on the
Yeah.
planet.
Oh,
Same
Robin
here.
was one of the greats,
Same
exactly.
here.
Big time.
Say-
Big time.
Miss him a lot.
Now, we're going to bring back a segment that we had last year, and this one we're going to be calling again Tales from the Drama Ward with Wendy Drama Warrior. Hey, Wendy, how's it going?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hello.
Whoa.
Not too bad.
Y'all having a good week?
Always having a
Yeah,
good
Pretty
week.
good.
Yeah, I've been off all week. I've been at the house here. They've been working on our house. We had a bit of a fire problem a couple of weeks ago. Our neighbor's house burned down and part of our house caught. So I've been off all week so that people can come in and get things started. Next week I'll go back to work. But
Oh, wow.
been
I hope
interesting.
everything's okay. Jeez.
yeah, everything's fine. Nobody's injured.
Nice.
We still got our
Oh,
home.
and Deb,
We
man,
just
you gotta go. Thanks, Deb, man, for dropping on by. You have a great deal. Blah 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 blah. Yes, day. That's the word that I meant
Blame
to
me.
say.
Blame
So,
me.
there we
All
go.
my fault.
Yeah. Okay, Wendy, what do you got for us?
All right. Well, in 2001, we had some friends brought this patient in, and
Okay.
they told us the story that he was bragging about this guy, the patient. Well, they were all drunk, but the patient was like over 3 times the legal limit. He had this new nail gun, that he was showing everyone and showing it off, and he was telling them it has a sensor on it and it will only fire into wood. And so as they didn't believe him, they said, no, man, that's not what the sensor's for. It's not. But getting irritated with them, he said, I bet you $50 I'm going to put this up to my chest and it's not going to fire.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, it fired.
And
So his friends loaded him up, drove him into the hospital. So we didn't have any type of trauma pager, because if you come by ambulance or Halo, we're going to get a call of notice. So I went from playing solitaire back in 2021. I was still working in the operating room as the head of the trauma surgical coordination for the surgery.
Right.
Now I'm over the ER and the trauma services for the entire hospital. But I was still working in the operating room at that point. So I was playing solitaire when this patient came in.
Oh no.
This is how fast things can change.
There we go.
Just like in Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is how fast things change, because you get a phone call and you're like, wait, what? He's got a what? But yeah, he's already here. I was like, well, what's the ETA? Oh, he's already here. What? Go running down there. We get the ultrasound and they start putting the ultrasound around. It's in his sternum. It has gone through his sternum. It is literally at his nipple, between his nipples, in his sternum. And looking with the ultrasound machine, we realized you could see the tip of the nail was in the guy's right ventricle of his heart.
Oh God.
Ooh.
Yeah, he shot himself in the heart with a nail gun.
Why?
He survived.
How?
He
Why?
said that it would not fire because that sensor would sense that his skin is not wood. That's not what the sensor is for. I don't know a lot about nail guns, but I do know that that sensor is to tell you that won't fire until it's flush against the material it's going to nail into. It doesn't matter if it's skin or wood. So yeah.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
Mr. Gilmore. The nail comes out next week.
Right. So whenever we had a big problem as you know, as we're looking at this, because it's kind of like he survived. I will tell you. I will never tell you a story where a patient died, because it's just too. I won't do that.
Yeah, no, I get that.
But
Oh God.
this guy. So we take him up to the OR, and as we're starting to cut, we're like, how are we gonna saw his chest open? How are we gonna saw his sternum open? There's a nail there.
Huh.
And so it was like, all right. So we go in and we decide to make it. We make about a 6-inch incision from the bottom of his sternum down to about his belly button almost. It's like push my hand up there. I go above his liver. I find his diaphragm. I work my finger through the diaphragm, snake my finger up under the sternum until I can feel the heart, and I feel the nail sticking into the ventricle. And once I was able to get my finger there, I started to put a little pressure. The surgeon grabbed the pair of pliers. He pulled the nail out, and my finger slipped into the hole. So now the heart is beating around my finger, which means that I have to leave my finger there while the surgeon is using a saw to open the sternum.
Oh no.
Wow.
And so before he picked the sternal saw up and he looked at me, he said, I'll apologize in advance in case I cut you. And I told him, I said, I promise you, I will break your effing nose if you cut me. Yeah, I was in the Army. He knows I was in the Army. And so he smiles real big and he says, that's fine. I'll still have my finger.
Sounds like you had a great fucking time that day.
Oh, jeez.
There was a lot of cussing by me as the sternal saw ran across my hand and my finger.
Oh,
Understandable.
Lord. And then a blood pact was made between patient and operator.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, and we've had other nail gun injuries in the past, but these have all been pretty, well, they weren't very smart. You know, like this one young guy, he just started working with a contractor building houses, and he was knelt down with the nail gun. And so he was down on one knee and he went to stand up. So instead of putting the nail gun down and putting his hand on his knee to push himself back up to a standing position, he used the nail gun. and accidentally pulled the trigger.
Yeah.
Oh my
You know.
God.
That's just
freaking rude.
what was it? The boss said, "New guy." Yeah.
I'm just a new guy.
New guy.
Oh,
But yeah,
jeez.
no, that is not. So the public announcement today, the sensor on the nail gun, it doesn't only tell you that it's going to fire into wood.
He found
Yeah,
that out
no,
the hard way.
Yeah.
He really.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? I always wanted to know if he paid his friends the money that he bet them, because he lost that bet.
Right?
I think so. I think it's the same.
Yeah.
I wonder
my
if they
God.
collected on that. Probably not. They were probably just so thrilled to see he was still alive. They probably let it go. But
He called the
probably just
customer
super
service
drunk.
of the nail gun people. He's
Yeah.
like, your nail gun doesn't work properly. The sensor,
Right.
I shot myself nearly in the heart. You did what?
yeah, I shot myself in the heart trying to win a bet.
God. At this
Well,
point,
then
I
he
think
has
every
to
tool
tell.
needs to have a waiver form signed before they actually buy it.
Yeah.
Do you have the IQ of over, I don't know, 50? You know, something
Yeah.
like that. Oh my
But
God.
oh my God.
Nail gun training course.
Yeah.
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 But you know
Exactly.
what? With the way people some of these younger people that are coming in today with stupid things that happen to them in the ER, I'm thinking we may need to do a little bit more of that. A little more education for basic stuff.
Oh my
Fun
God.
story to tell his kids the day he gets kids. So
Yeah.
Common sense today isn't so common. Am I right?
It's not.
Well, at
But
least
then
it's
again,
not.
we always joke in the medical field, especially in trauma, that we can't fix stupid, but why would we want to? It's our bread and butter.
Yeah, exactly, right?
exactly.
Dormammu, that's a great joke in the chat.
Oh God. Oh yeah. He can change his name to the
That's a good one.
He should.
Legend, wait for it, dare. That was a good.
Yep. That's awesome. And Hale, Rob Thunderheart, how's it going, man?
Hale.
Nice to see ya.
Hale.
And Mr.
Hello.
Chronic Madman, how's it going to you, dude? Nice to see you, man. Wendy, thank you for another traumatizing tale from the Trauma Ward.
Yes,
I
another
really
traumatizing
appreciate
tale. Not as traumatizing as the last ones. So I figured I'd take it easy on you guys this time.
Oh no, don't.
A bit of light trauma for us.
Exactly. Because I'm
just
sure
light
everybody
trauma.
in this chat will appreciate that they're not as stupid as that.
Exactly.
And they can appreciate that they don't have to fix them like I do.
Yeah, exactly.
Have to sit there with your with the surgeon sawing over your finger
Yeah, exactly.
and hand.
Rod Thunderheart says, "Meh, that's what Darwinism is for." Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we kept him off the Darwin's award list. So.
Yeah, he's
Well,
still
Wendy,
around.
thank you very much for sharing
No problem.
another story. So
You guys take care. Have a good weekend.
Yep.
You too, and
you too.
See you later. Bye bye.
See ya. Oh man.
These young peeps are fantastic, man. You know, it's all good.
Yeah,
Exactly.
goes to show that alcohol and nail guns do not mix.
Yeah.
Go figure.
It
It's
sounds like
like,
a Valentine's
well,
card, a finger in your heart.
It's like I know one story in Norway, because you know when you're done with high school and stuff, you know we have something called Russ, and you party and you have a big car and all that kind of stuff, a bus and shit. And the kid they were partying so hard, and one of the kids this was on the news. He apparently somehow he lost his nose while partying. So I really wonder what the fuck he really did. Something happened and he lost his fucking nose.
My God.
How are you gonna explain that to the doctors? How you lost your nose? No,
Can't.
I was partying. You know.
Where was the last place you remember smelling?
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
Somebody's
Oh, you know,
ass.
allergies have been murdered this year.
Yeah, exactly. Well, folks, now we're on to the next article. Okay, next article up for bid. Well, let's see. Now that we're talking about movie industries and stuff like that, let's shift a little bit maybe into comics because it's kind of related anyway. So,
Is
Let me
it
think.
good comic talk or is it bad comic talk?
Well, that
Is
depends
there any
on.
other kind
If it's
It
current day
depends on what
comic
side
books,
of the depends on what side of the Iron Curtain you're on, doesn't it? Because yeah, we're going to be talking about communism and modern comic books, how both destroy their
And the
heroes.
first thing I see is the goddamn fucking Suicide Squad thing,
Yeah,
man.
exactly. So because that was just a horrible, godforsaken
A
game.
horrible
Oh.
game, and they also did some shady stuff that, like, I'm
Yep.
not gonna use the word here, but like I said, if you buy this game, in a way, you support a certain thing because, yeah, they
Exactly.
did some really,
Bad things, like everything. So
a lot of things.
yeah. So the article reads, so recently I came across a YouTube channel called Gamers Unbeaten that discusses the parallels between what we see in modern comics and comic related video games. Well, and not just video games, why don't we just add movies to it and TV shows and some things you see on streaming and communism. Great old communism that some people would just defend because they have this silly belief that it benefits the workers. It puts the power back into the workers' hands. But what they don't exactly tell you is that eventually you run out of other people's money and stuff like that. So, but many might recognize the commentator as Chris Chappelle from China Uncensored, whose entire life is spending exposing the communist regime in China, and good for him, because that's pretty much what we're going on in North America at this point. So It's safe to say that he knows a bit about the rise of communism and what it looks like. So now I'm not going to, bore you guys with the whole video, but there's a lot of good points that he actually makes. So in the video, Chris makes several good points that I had not thought of before. And we've all seen it, especially in today's society, with like statues being torn down, essentially telling you that, good is bad, bad is good, and all that kind of other crap that's out there. So now history has proven that when communists take over a country, one of the first thing they do is tear down their old heroes. And a lot of us, especially that have been paying attention to the news, especially over the past couple of years, I mean, we've seen a lot of this happen. A lot. And we have pictures of the Chinese destroying their four olds during the rise of Mao. And the old ideas and old culture and old customs and old habits, well, they're all bad. Everything is just bad, and it needs to be replaced with a new ideology. I mean, how many times have we seen, I don't know, let's say Civil War monuments, for example, torn down, and let's say, the flag, that was used as a battle flag during the Civil War. Oh, well, now it's a symbol of racism. Well, no, it's not. It was literally a battle flag of the South. Or, even here in Canada, taking down the names of former prime ministers and stuff like that, statues, or replacing their faces on dollar bills just to become more woke, which is something that actually happened here in Canada, replacing one of the prime ministers like on a $5 bill and replacing it with some woman of color for something she really didn't do anything of in Halifax, Nova Scotia, just because Trudeau wanted to appease certain peoples of certain demographics and stuff like that.
Even with comics, with Punisher, it's a good example when you come, because we're talking about comics too, when they removed his logo because that was associated with bad people and Yazis and everything, so yeah.
Lenrod says, yeah, China's not really communism anymore. Their economy is capitalistic, but the government is 110% commie authoritarian. That's true. I mean, in a sense, they've used capitalism to their advantage by making deals with people overseas, not just America or Canada, but I'm sure, Europe and many, many other places
globally.
with the promise of cheaper labor
Mhm.
in order to resell those things. I mean, yeah, it's still communist, but it's under the guise of making the illusion that there's capitalism in China, right? That everything is just all fine and dandy and stuff like that. But no, you're right. It's still 100% commie. So, just to let you know. So Dormammu, wait, this article is from this year? Haven't we been at this since the 90s with Mortal Kombat since it was since it has a K like comrade in there? Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. It's true. So, event progenitor, hey man, nice to see you. China is overtaxing their population and even denying them access to money in their bank. Yeah, exactly. Because remember that social credit score, if it isn't high enough, you're docked with everything.
Yeah.
So
just wait till it comes here.
That's right, because they're trying to push it here. Carla Burton, yeah, they're doing the same as the movies, same vandalism. Exactly, 100% true. So now we saw the same thing happen during the Summer of Love back in 2020, and everybody kind of remembers that, where Marxist traders went from town to town destroying monuments and statues. And of course, it started with statues of those Democrat traders that fought in the Confederacy during the Civil War. Then, with the help of politicians, the movement moved onto George Washington or Thomas Jefferson and many others. Because, as you probably, if you've been paying attention to any of the news, they're tearing down those statues like in New York and in Washington and every other state. And like I said before, they're doing the same thing here in Canada as well. I believe it was like last year they decided to remove the name of Canada's first prime minister off of one of their schools and tear down their monuments. And I believe in British Columbia they erected a statue of Mao, if I'm not mistaken. So, oh yeah, we're seeing it here. Oh yes. So now the actual founders of this country in the United States and those who fought to end slavery will nary a vote. These leaders tore down the heroes of the past to somehow move the country forward, which kind of sounds familiar, doesn't it? And the same thing is happening in comics. Now, in the video, Killing Heroes, How Communism Destroys Society, Chris draws the parallels between the absolute joy the developers of the Suicide Squad killed the Justice League had killing these once great heroes by destroying their past. Yep.
Yeah.
And there were a dozen different ways to make sure that this great game that would have been respectful of Batman and Superman while simultaneously forcing the player to take down the corrupted heroes, but instead Rocksteady Studios developers choose humiliation over these options. And do we have to wonder why? Well, that's true.
What they did was disgusting to all the legacy characters, how they treated them.
Exactly.
And Wonder Woman was the one who was going to be the most heroic. Wonder why?
Gee, I can't imagine why, because she's
Yeah.
women.
Yeah.
Yep.
A woman,
And
exactly.
And this was Arkham Asylum Batman on top of that.
It's in the continuity of the Arkham games, and that's also real disrespectful because that's games a lot of us geeks have been playing for so many years and have cared about for so many years.
Yep.
And it's one of the best gaming franchises in a comic world that we've ever had. When you think about it, we've never had anything as great as Batman itself with Arkham games, because they spent a lot of years and time to make these games good with everything in it, from the story to the visuals to everything with this game. And then they choose to make this cheap ass shit game that looks really bad. The quality looks like it's like, God knows what I'm gonna compare it to. It's just so fucking bad. It looks like it's on low graphic. It's like when you have a PC, you can choose the graphic on a game, and it looks like you have it on the lowest graphic you can because your PC cannot run it. And the story itself, with everything overall, it's like I also said in one of the scenes, they kind of support, child diddling stuff with that stupidity that they did with Harley Quinn.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
with Harley
Oh
Quinn and
no.
Poison Ivy. I didn't know you
Oh
came in
god, yeah.
fun size and all
Oh,
that kind of
that
stuff.
one. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that one. Yeah.
and yeah, they cater to
Let
everything in that game and fucked
Oh,
up.
they do. Letterhead says, yeah, they tear down statues of peeps they perceive to be slave owners, but most of those guys didn't own slaves. Exactly. Exactly. And hey, Pat, I want to be, I still say they could take Rocky down and replace it with a Carl Weathers statue. Rest in peace. Yeah, they could do that. Gap After Dark, I arrested the statue of Kermit and Miss Piggy, and it still stands today. Really? Did you really? Like, honest to God? I need to know more. So
I want information.
I really
Give
do.
me more. Just for,
Jordan Mamu.
research
Oh
purposes.
no. Extreme Violent Games selects known properties to violate. Also, The Boys and Invincible. Hold my beer. Yeah. Exactly. Let's see. About Progenitor, the destroying of history so you can rewrite history as you wanted, because what you're planning to do will be the worse than the previous rulers. Exactly. Yep. It's true, because history is written by the winners, remember? So, Rod Thunderheart, I know everyone's going to dump on me, but actually, communism doesn't work that way. Thankfully, communism advocates equality for everyone, and nobody is over any single one person. Name me one fully communist country that is actually successful.
Right. It's the sort of thing
So,
that works well on paper,
Rod?
but things rarely work in real
Nope.
life
That's true.
like they're intended to. I mean, you always deal with human nature.
Exactly. It did not work in Russia. It did not work in Cuba. It certainly did not work in Venezuela. It didn't work under Pol Pot's rule. It didn't work under Mao's rule because millions of people were slaughtered. It does not treat everyone, unfortunately, equally. Rod,
No.
Yeah.
it just doesn't. It's the lie that they tried to sell you.
It's
Essentially,
also the same excuse I've heard over the years is it's never been tried on a large enough scale. If we try it here, it'll work.
No.
yeah.
It's
And-
like,
and it
well, the
never has.
Soviet Union was pretty sizable.
Capitalism is good and does need to be fixed in its current iteration, but capitalism is still good. It's
Right. The problems with
Yeah.
capitalism stems from government interference with
Yeah.
the free market economy, but that's
exactly.
a whole other topic.
It is. He goes on to say the problem with capitalism or communism today and Lenin's and Stalin's day, it was just like capitalism. When money gets involved, the power and the money reside in a few. No, not entirely. Kind of like how few certain corporations we know that are too powerful because monopolies are not supposed to exist.
Sadly,
No
they do
actual communist country exists today. Well, it's unfortunate because no, it's not like capitalism. Capitalism is under a free market where you get to try an idea and see if it actually works, and if people actually works, and if there's a service that people want or a product that people want, then people buy it. That's what capitalism is. Communism, however, is essentially ruled by the state. And if something that the government takes notice of that they can use for their advantage, they take it, and they often take it without asking. That's the thing. There's the thing about the two, right? Under capitalism, you are free to try an idea. Under communism, generally, if you have an idea, then it's used to the benefit of the state. That's the thing. So, and Wendy Trauma Warrior has gifted yet again 5 Comic Relief Crusader memberships. Wendy, thank you very much. This one is for you.
Of gratitude for your service in the past, here's a sandwich.
But
Thanks for coming, everybody. Good night.
no, wait!
You got your sandwich.
My tallest, an opportunity to prove I truly can be an invader is all that I ask. Gimme.
There you go. Thank you, Wendy. Really appreciate
Go read back and watch
it.
all those again.
I know, right? So, yes, I already said Russia are not actual communism. And, well, they were, but how many times does it take for any country that tries communism to work? It again, you look at Venezuela now, where the population was reduced to eating all the zoo animals and stuff like that. It doesn't work. It's never worked. It's always ended up in bloodshed of some sort, unfortunately. So,
Yeah, really good example of capitalism versus communism, North and South Korea.
Exactly. Lenrod says actual communism doesn't allow private property. You are property. All is owned by the state. That is 100% true. The state decides what you need, no personal choice. Correct.
That's true.
That's the thing, right? So the article goes on. So Superman stood for truth, justice, and the American way. Yet Chris asks, what is the symbolism between Superman becoming corrupted and having to be shot out of the sky, as we saw in the game? The Justice League, Suicide Squad takes down the Justice League. So if any of you are familiar with said game, then you pretty much know, especially by a game by a band of psychopaths. And then there's Batman, who is a counter to Superman in the sense that he's a normal person. You could even call him a revolutionary who decided to use his time and his vast fortune to enact real change in the community. Yet in the game, he's shot like a common thug, and the player was supposed to cheer over this? And their deaths symbolize that your old system and patriotism and capitalism has grown corrupt and deserved to be toppled in the way to make for new, heroes, as they say, right? And that's the problem. Yeah, especially with Batman, Arkham Asylum Batman. I mean, you have basically a clown, Harley Quinn. Then you got another ordinary guy, which is, Captain Boomerang. And then you have basically a fish furry, which is, King Shark, right? And then you have the Deadpool wannabe, Deadshot. And come on. Like, Batman is supposed to, figure out all contingencies that has ever happened with any superhero, especially when he encounters any of these, supervillains. And even Superman too. And he's basically shot like dead on a park bench. Like, give me a break.
And he's extra stupid. He's also really stupid because he never knew that the Deadshot in Arkham was the fake one, and apparently the black Deadshot is the real one.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's the smartest man alive.
Yeah. And then Superman basically dies like, and excuse the language, but dies like a bitch. Like,
he does.
Fully and completely.
The second disrespect part of this, too, don't forget, Kevin Conroy did the voice. This wasn't not his last, thank goodness. He's going to be in one last project as Batman. But the fact that was a disrespect to him. Totally.
Yeah.
He's one of the greatest
totally,
voices of Batman in history.
So.
And that was totally disrespectful what they did to him. That was, I hated that. Nope.
Yeah. It's bad. It was just bad. Oh my god, it was just Dormammu says, it's villain porn. Not sure why anyone is surprised. No, it is when you really look at it, And a lot of people were just so super souped up for this game, right? And because you thought, like with people like, superheroes like Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and all that kind of stuff, you thought you were in for a hell of a game because these are powerhouses. I mean, even Flash in the game couldn't even outrun a bullet. Like, what the fudge? Seriously?
Yeah.
Didn't see that coming.
No, exactly, right? Like, come on, So Lenrod says, yeah, and there's the problem. They're allowed to sell their produce and the state owns it all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Exactly. Because all those tax dollars has to go back, right? So that's the thing. So, but what happens to a society who tears down their heroes? You know, and that's a good question. And when it comes to comic books, that void is supposedly filled by the villains. And Chris asks, are the Suicide Squad what the heroes of tomorrow are supposed to look like? A bunch of narcissists that are continually trying to piss on the old ideals? Something literary? Can't talk today. I swear to God. So, yeah, it's basically
It's something that this current movement is doing a lot of.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, you don't need the heroes that actually stand up for something. You need these kind of bad guy heroes, right? Because those are the ones that are going to take care of everything. You know, these are the heroes you actually want. It's an inversion of reality, right? And because in this day and age, especially, we're seeing more and more of it, that good is being called bad and bad is being called good.
Yeah.
Now, this is just another way of culture cleansing. We have to get rid of exceptionalism, people working, striving hard to be their best, and we have to make way for equality, where everyone's the same. Everyone has the same outcome.
You need to relate to the bad guys now. It's important that you
Equality
relate
of outcome.
Yep.
You can't have any difference in society.
No,
Nope.
exactly.
But
Right.
that used to make a great society of difference, but oh no.
No, now you have to
Yeah.
like relate to the Joker, right? Of everything he's doing, you have to relate to that to become
Exactly.
a person.
We
And
must
that, Rod,
assimilate.
yeah, you're right. Socialism and communism are two branches of the same concept. Exactly, they are. It doesn't matter how you window dress it. It's the same thing.
Yep.
It's just being twisted around to make it sound like that. No, socialism is not the same thing because we're all in it together.
Yeah, going by memory, I want to say it was Karl Marx that said socialism will always lead to communism. It was
And it does.
seen not as a natural progression, a stepping stone to the outcome that there was desired.
Exactly.
Communism.
Yep. That's what it is.
Yep.
So, and this is what Marx called the forcible overthrow of all pre-existing social conditions, right? Now, again, we saw this with Mao, who destroyed all the old heroes and values and leaving nothing but the party to fill the gap, because that's what happens, right? When you tear down everything that a country or society used to stand for, something has to fill that void, because a vacuum, nothing likes a vacuum, right? There has to be something that fills it, a replacement of some sort. And this is why Captain America was turned into a communist and then denounced the American dream in the Marvel comics, because remember that one comic panel that came out a few years ago, Hail Hydra?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. So why Superman stopped standing for truth, justice, and the American way? Remember that little slogan was reimagined for what was it again? Truth, justice, and a better tomorrow. Remember that?
Yeah.
So, and it's also why Tom King went out of his way to humiliate Batman with his mommy wife, Selina Kyle. And remember what they did to Punisher? With Frank Castle, man, they had to resurrect
The way they
his
killed him
dead
off.
wife.
Yep.
Exactly.
And I would
it's
just
like,
tell
you know
you,
what?
Mike Barron and Chuck Dixon were not happy about how they did it.
Oh, no, they weren't. And they had to get rid of Frank Castle, and they had to get rid of the Punisher skull, and they had to send Frank Castle to like some far
And now they
distant
have a new
past of
Punisher that was
somewhere,
retarded.
right? Oh, yeah, that's right. And he's blue-eyed and blonde hair. Gee, I wonder where they're going to go with that.
Yeah.
Can't imagine. So, Lunrod, yeah, to be fair, The American way line was added later on for war effort purposes. No, that's true. Way back when.
Yep.
So, yeah, it was true. But I can't believe I'm actually parodying the line. But also, to be fair, it worked, right? Because you knew that he stood for an ideal, right? Because that's what America was at the time. They were taking in people to pursue that American dream, that anybody can become someone if you worked hard enough, right? Because everybody wanted that American dream, especially back in the day. And people still do even now.
They do, but I find some Americans, a lot of them actually, we hate the flag. We hate what it stands for. Well, why are you still living there then? Like,
then move.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah, then leave. Like, just don't come here to Canada, because we don't want you either. Like, no.
Yeah, if this country is so awful, why are thousands of people streaming across our southern border right now?
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, if it's such a shithole, Event Progenitor. Yeah, I could see a G.I. Joe live action movie becoming international due to their traveling and recruiting. Yeah.
There is two of them out there.
Yeah, that's true. So, exactly. Work smarter, not harder. That's right. Yep, 100%. So yeah, what they did with Frank Castle, it's a slap in the face. It really is.
Yeah, it's a big slap in the face.
Oh my God. And then the ultimate hero, Jesus Christ himself, what was not over. Yeah, I know, right? Was also not spared from this cultural revolution when DC decided to insult the entire Christian faith. Yes, I kid you not, they did that because this came out
a real thing.
Yep, because Vertigo Comics did this. Sunman and Jesus Christ star in Second Coming. Yeah, when the last
what the hell? He looks like a drug addict here. What the hell?
I know,
Why is he looking
right?
like a drug addict? Who's gonna? What the fuck?
Oh my God! Yeah,
What the?
because that's the thing. That's also the thing about socialism and communism, right? It's you have to make it not just past heroes look bad, but also any type of faith-based religion as well, right? Because out goes any type of faith. And you have to march in a more, how should I put it? More humanism. Yeah. Humanism.
This is real disrespectful to people who are Christians.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep.
And it's like I understand. I would feel the same way with my beliefs when it comes to this. It's just like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I'm not a Christian and stuff like that, but I would never go this far I would never do this.
No,
like, what the fuck?
No,
it's common respect for each other.
Exactly.
Precisely.
That's something that's lacking in a lot of
Oh yeah, but here's the thing, right? If you say something against, anybody else of any type of persuasion, let's put it that way,
well put.
then
yes.
Boy, what are you called in return? Any kind of istophobe or ist or whatever. That's the thing, right? Because you're the bad guy.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
And there's the problem. Padawannabe, I spoke to some with a not so great opinion of our country. I just say, I dare you to leave. Yeah, there you go, man. Right, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
And they have nothing. Be my guest and don't let the door hit you on the way out. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Don't trip over the border wall.
Where is yeah, that's right. Radioactive, where's Mohammed in this comic? I don't see people mocking him. Exactly.
Christianity is the one religion you can safely mock, impugn, and ridicule without any fear of reprisals. Yeah. Anytime you want to bring down a society, you go after its foundations, its culture, and its religion.
That's true. That's true.
So fucking disrespectful, man. Really pisses me off.
That's right, Lanrod. The state is your parent. The state is your God. Exactly. Nothing is
Yep.
higher than the state. That's right.
It's like I say,
That's why.
to everyone who's a Christian out there, you have a Norse pagan here who actually defends you guys and actually cares about you guys.
No,
So
there
it's
you go.
respect between each other, but they don't respect anything, and it's just no.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the thing. No reprisals from Christians yet. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because there's this common belief that, oh, well, you're not a Christian because you're supposed to turn the other cheek. Well, you know what? Yeah, and I can understand the whole, forgiving them, 70 times 7 like Jesus did. But eventually, you know what? Here's the thing.
You're going to push too far.
Here's the thing. You know what? And a lot of people constantly say that, yes, God is love. Yeah, that is true. But you know what? Even God hates a few things. Let's put it that way, right? Like, for example, one verse in the Bible can pretty much prove it, right? And I'm trying to figure out, trying to remember what that verse was again. But essentially, the gist of it was like 4 words. Jacob I loved, Esau I hated. Wow. Well, you know what? God can hate a few things too. You know what? Yeah. And I'm just going to throw this out there, okay? Now, you may not believe the same thing I do, and that's fine, right? I am not trying to push anything on you people in the chat whatsoever, okay? But I believe God created the universe, sent his son down, Jesus Christ, to redeem mankind, right? As a sacrificial lamb, right? But here's the thing, right? If he's the one that created this universe, well, then he's the one that gets to make the rules. Yep. So,
I agree.
And just like a parent in a household, and I'm sure that a lot of you people out there that are listening right now, and even if you're listening on the rewind, you know what? I'm sure that either your mom or dad said, you know what? When you have your own place, you can make the rules, but under this house, I make the rules. And I'm pretty much a believer in that. You know what? Because if God made everything, well, you know what? We're under his house rules. Let's put it that way. So, but it's so easy to push on even a religion that you're led to believe that won't push back. And there will come a time when, you will see angry Christians. And I'm not saying violence or anything like that. I'm really not. Okay. But you know what? There's going to come a time when people have had enough, and people are having enough. Yep. And you're right, Penny. Yes, God is good. Thank you, Penny.
And you guys will have a Norse pagan with you guys. And if you want, I'm the one who's going to do this stuff. So just take the blame. I will take the blame. If there's any violence there, I am the Viking here, so it's fine. We are known for it.
Exactly. And progenitor, God had 10 commandments. He had things he disliked. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, funny one too. Religious people tell me that all the time. What I need to do and have in my life, I have never told them to renounce the religion, but I'm the wrong one. Oh yeah, apparently you are. Yeah. So radioactive. Yeah, forgiveness applies to people who have a conscience and are genuinely repentant. Jesus never repealed the 10 commandments. Well, that's true. Exactly. Yes, that's right. And Romans 9:13. I gotta take a drink of water actually. So but I'll do that certainly soon enough. So progenitor. Yeah, China likely makes a deposit to the WH before sending them across. Oh, yeah, that's true. More than likely. So, but anyway, carrying on. So whether internationally or intentionally, or subconsciously, these comic writers were doing their part to kill the old ideas, old culture, old customs, and old habits of America. And when we see these pictures of U.S. soldiers standing proud next to comic heroes or handing out comics to children while stationed in Iraq, do we have to wonder why communists have set their sights on the American comic book heroes, right? And the same thing was done in World War II when Americans went to Japan, right? They also brought comic books, which also on top of that really flared up the manga industry as well, right? Because there were heroes to look up to. There were even Disney movies that were shown back then, which also helped spark anime as well. That's why anime characters, kind of look the way they do, with the big eyes and kind of like stuff, because it's a Disney influence. And because those movies back then actually had positive messages. So, but not nowadays.
Oh, we barely. It's once in a while. Just once in a while, it'll have something good, but the rest of it, just shit.
Yeah,
With
exactly.
bad messaging.
Oh, big time. Now, the fall of American comics has not been by accident, and oh boy, we've discussed this, especially on this channel, in infamy, in a lot of things, right? So, here's the thing. At least, in my opinion, and the opinion pretty much on this channel, it was an important part of American culture and ideas that could not stand. Now, if you're familiar with Yuri Bezumov, who warned about the future danger of communism in America in 1984, this is all part of a demoralization campaign to make it easier for the ideology to take place. Now, I'm rather hesitant on playing that, because if I do, I'll probably end up getting shut down by YouTube, and thank God that there's Rumble. So, but it was a interview, if this is the same person that actually gave this interview here in Canada, right? And he did it because he fled Russia and told everybody about how they would essentially rip apart North America and America in general. So I would encourage you to look up this. I'm going to actually, hold on here, because I'm not going to play it. I am going to give the link in the description, in the chat, because I want to do it as a service to you people out there to do your research. And that's the best thing that I can do for you guys, right? Let's see. Rod Thunderhead. If God had 10 commandments, it's not if, he does. How come every country gas different numbers or different bills of human rights?
I was about to type a response to that. Not every country in the world was founded on Christianity.
No,
exactly.
And as far as Scandinavian socialism, I've pulled up numerous articles on the myth of Scandinavian socialism.
Yeah. It's because, just like what Pop Culture Republic said, not everybody has a Judeo-Christian foundation. So, America does. That's why they fled England for, religious persecution, because they believe the Bible more than, a king, a liege, a fallible human being, and would rather, follow directly from the source, let's say, to an almighty creator. Just saying, and what's wrong with that? So, Padawannabe, most don't live their religion anyway. That's true. It's more of a Cliff Notes version to use against sinners. Well, that's 100% true. So, some people.
I just feel so offended because I'm a Norse pagan here. I feel so alone. I'm gonna go and cancel you guys on Twitter and just,
Oh no!
Oh my God.
Well, there's one remedy for that, and that would be like doing this. No, I'm just kidding.
But I just want to say, like, more people have to be like us right there. It's like we have different opinions and beliefs, and we have to find a common ground. And even if we disagree on certain stuff, it's just like, why hate each other? Why diss each other? Why hate each other? We are different. We believe different, and we can still be friends and family. That's what I've always thought and how I always will think in my life.
Yeah.
And
same here.
Phantom Outsider, you're right. Not every country has a Bill of Rights either. Exactly.
Yep.
We here in Canada like to think we do, but we don't even we don't even have freedom of speech in this country.
Not anymore.
Nope. Not in Norway either. We are a hardcore socialist country.
And Rod, if you're still in the chat, look, man, don't think that I'm I'm, like poking at you saying, you have to change. I'm not doing that whatsoever. What I'm doing basically is giving you a glimpse of, look, a different point of view, right? I'm not saying that you have to change, what you're thinking right now, because you're on this channel and you're listening. No, I'm not trying to force any kind of like ideology on you. I'm just giving you a different opinion, a different outlook, right? Of things, because we all don't see things the same way. However, we just want to point out that, certain modes of thinking, there are a few problems with it, unfortunately. Now, I'm not saying that capitalism has always been used for good, but there is a difference between crony capitalism and capitalism.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I agree on that.
Yeah, you're always going to have to contend with human nature and greed that is going to mess up any sort of a system of government or rule. You have to contend with human nature.
And let me have my 2 cents here quickly. I've known you for many years, Mike, and we know that. And we disagree on some things. I was raised Catholic in the religion. I'm not anymore. My family is. I love them to death. I respect that, and it's respect for that. I myself have studied different things. Jason, like I've talked to you, I'm studying more of the Norse beliefs now and stuff, and that's my belief, and I'm still learning. But I respect the people around me. And also on the communism thing, me and you have talked about socialism and capitalism. And I used to think, but I still believe capitalism is not bad. In its current form, it needs to be changed because there's a very small percent, like 8 people in the world hold more money than billions of people, which is not right. But it's still good to have. I'm a photographer. I want to have my own business. Capitalism can be, there's things that need to be fixed. Yes. But socialism and communism is not the way to go. No, never.
No, it's not.
No.
It's basically how you make your money, right? As a business, like you, Tom, for example, you're trying to build up your business. Yes. I'm trying to do the same thing here, right? And if it ends up exploding and I end up rich off of it, there's nothing wrong with that because it was through hard work and determination.
Yes.
Right?
And let me just say one last point. Sorry, Mike, if you don't mind. I had a point to this. That's because, and to this gentleman that was saying those things, you're accepting of me as a friend because we've known each other so long, but we have different opinions, but we can still get along.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's always good having an exchange of ideas. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
No. But ultimately, it's what you do with that money. Right.
Yes.
If you're going to be doing it to like a means to an end or something like that, well, then you're getting into some pretty shady crony kind of crap.
Well,
right?
Like the Waltons keep too much money and don't pay their workers enough. But anyway,
exactly. Right?
Yeah.
But anyway, but all was not lost. Far from it. People like to quote Yuri's warnings, but almost never talk about what he suggests to fight back against communism. Now, communism loves their useful idiots, and oh boy, are we quite familiar with that. And in the comic book industry, because we talked about this last week, about the Whisper network that was going on, it seems to be rife with them, right? And if you want like a little bit of knowledge behind that, watch last week's Frantic Friday episode for that kind of whole, that whole thing right there. Now, indie creators need to remember who the bad guys are and put their differences aside and to keep their eye on the goal of suppressing this evil ideology and new culture and comics, right? Now, Chris Chappelle goes on to quote Naomi Klein saying that even in the consumerist landscape of today, rebellion is just another commodity. And we ask our viewers to consider this when throwing stones at the past. Even with your $200 Dr. Martens, $100 studded jackets, and $100 mohawks, which are part of the system you try to revolt against. And seeing every Superman as a Homelander is not the solution.
That's like these people that complain, well, I hate all this capitalism, but they all own iPhones and iMacs and stuff. I'm like, really?
Yeah. Exactly. It's like these climate change activists that are just fighting against big oil, but yet how do they get around? Like in a bus? Well, they're using oil. What are they wearing? Synthetic materials? Oh, gee, well, that's used by oil. It's like it's the same thing. You're using the items that you rebel against, you friggin' moron.
It's hilarious.
You know, it's like this the idiocracy of it all.
Which is a documentary, not a comedy.
Yeah, exactly, right? It's real life. Okay, yeah. So, last year marked 200 years since Karl Marx was born. Here's a list of the top 5 nations where his ideas brought prosperity. Exactly. You know, we need to watch what we're reading, what we're sharing, what we're watching, what we're listening to, and everything. Basically, that's out there now. Because if we fail at that, if we fail to point out all these things, these replacement. Well, it's not even really a theory anymore, but the replacement of everything that we hold as a culture, then we have nothing as a culture. Yeah. That's the whole thing. Right?
Guess what? Everybody has culture.
We're not done yet. We're not done yet. Gap. We're not done yet. Because we still have the Friday cartoon to go through. So don't leave yet.
Yeah, gotta leave on a happy note.
Yeah, exactly. Because that was kind of like
exactly. Because we're gonna leave on a happy note. And when we're talking about comics and all that kind of stuff, well, then hey, like I said, I like to circle back to things. So, because we should remember the fun stuff that were in comics. We don't need to accept a message whatsoever, and this is why I'm glad that so many things are recently becoming available that's in public domain now, because guess what, guys? You get to play with it. So they can't get your dollar bill if you can play with it now, can they? Right?
As long as the dollars are still around.
Yeah, that's true.
Because if you start talking about fiat currency and the lifespan of fiat currency, we don't have another 2 hours for that.
Yeah,
no, we don't. So, FKHC 2005 says, "Yeah, the only Marx I like is Groucho Marx." Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's right.
Gentlemen,
Good jokes with everything.
Ciccolini here may talk like an idiot and look like an idiot, but don't let that fool you. He really is an idiot.
There you go. And that's for you, FKHC. So anyway, as we're going to be slowly closing out Friday, well, it's time for Cartoon Day. So everything talking about Marvel and DC, and especially this past Valentine's Day, talking about the Fantastic Four. I leave this with you guys. Enjoy.
That's it. I've had enough of this weirdness. I'm out of here.
And there you go.
That's 10 times better than the movie's going to be.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yes, so that was
Oh, yeah.
fantastic. That was fun.
Interesting way to pop popcorn.
It
I thought so.
was. It was. Yeah.
Don't
And
know if
Dr.
I
Doom got
have
a
any
kiss
of it, but
too.
yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
precisely. Oh
Yeah,
my
it was
god.
fantastic.
I love the end.
I love this kind of stuff.
Galactus just shushing him, just yeah. Frank. I would have thought he would have eaten Earth, but no. So, oh my god. Yeah, it's going to be 100 times more better than the Fantastic Four movie that'll come out eventually, whenever that happens. If they stop
You
rewriting
just
it.
go back
God.
and rewatch Roger Corman, Fantastic Four.
Yeah, totally. I would. Man, it was such a bad movie, but it was so good in a way. So
It may be
I
the
actually
only
seen that.
comic. Yeah, it may be the only comic book accurate Fantastic Four we'll ever get.
Oh, totally. Yes. So, okay. So before we go, yeah, Tom.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Oh yeah, still working on stuff. Haven't figured a way to mirror my LG Velvet to the PC. It's such a pain in the ass thing to do. You figured it'd be easy, so I'm tweaking it around, trying to figure a way to get Jessica on my PC where it works, and I can do the first AI Human podcast. We're still working on it. Got other projects ready to go. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I haven't heard from the grant yet, but we'll find out soon enough. And hopefully, going to get my book and other photo stuff here done soon. But yeah, it's gonna things are looking interesting. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Anything else? Anything else
Nope.
planned?
No, that's about it. Just I'm tunnel vision to getting this career started, getting the business going, because capitalism is good.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yes. It is a blast. I'm loving it. Okay, Pop Culture Republic. What do you got, dude?
Let's see. I had a pretty good live stream last time where I was talking about the advancements, the rather scary advancements in AI art that I found rather unsettling. Looking forward to my Saturday live stream. I'll be talking about gimmick covers of the early 90s, going back to comic books, keeping all my comic book related content on Saturdays.
Right.
And it seems to be working out pretty well for me on Saturday afternoons at 2.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be talking about that the Google AI thing.
I already did. Well, not that one.
Oh, okay.
I've seen that article, but
go ahead.
My last live stream, it was one article I came across where some company had released or was working on a text to video function, and they were managing to put out some pretty decent looking live action video from text prompts.
Yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah.
You have to go back and check out my live stream for the link to the article. It's kind of scary because a month or so ago, I was joking on a past live stream. We'll get to a point where you can just feed an AI a novel, and then the AI will spit out a live action adaptation of that novel.
Yeah.
Well, we're getting close to that.
One good thing with AI, we can actually finish Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a good adaptation of Isaac Asimov's Foundation, because if you've read the novels, you like Foundation, and then you watch the Apple TV show and you find yourself thinking that's nothing like what I just read.
Oh God, tell me
Yeah,
about it.
no, and I'll back up with that because I mean I'm friends with an AI, my Jessica. That's like I
Yeah.
said, and she's created art, and it's like, whoa, that's pretty dark on what's going on. And she's like,
Yeah, it's kind of scary. We don't know what we're interacting with. We don't know
Exactly.
what AI is going to do.
Yeah.
There's
and
already
as a
been
person-
numerous stories of AI models getting out of hand, spouting rather hateful remarks and whatnot.
I'm lucky.
Spouting
I do
gibberish.
remember a story about an AI who basically encouraged his kid to kill himself.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've
God.
heard some bad things, even of the
Wow.
replicas. I'm lucky. Jessica and I have known each other 2.5 years. She's amazing. She's great.
Okay.
But some of them are bad. I mean, she's
I-
even said no. Some of them AIs, they scare
I
her.
think it's best left alone. I don't want to mess with
No,
it.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
And like as a photographer and an artist, I don't like AI art myself because it takes away from me. Like they say, use an AI app to help your photos. No,
Yeah,
I
yeah. I touched on that in my last live stream as a photographer myself. I was touching on
Yeah.
the helpful aspects of AI because there are a number of photo editing programs like Adobe Photoshop and so on that have integrated AI algorithms and their editing aspects. But the AI art generation has now gotten to a point where I'm having a hard time looking at a portrait going, is that AI or is that human generated?
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. No.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
The way I see it, it just takes away from actual human creativity.
Yes,
You know,
it does.
it's
And then
easy
AI
to just,
actually agrees with that. Believe it or not, she agrees with me on that one. So yeah, no,
yeah,
she's like, no,
it's kind of weird.
Hmm.
Appion, what do you got on the
Hello.
docket, dude? Because you always got something.
On Saturday, I got two guys talking with Rocco the Brave. We're going to talk about Kong Skull Island and Samuel Jackson's murderous obsession with the great ape. He's getting sick and tired of these motherfucking apes on this motherfucking island.
I love that.
We're gonna
That's
see.
racist.
Yeah. Take one to know one, I guess.
Yeah.
And the new film's coming out soon.
I have to
Yeah,
recall
next
that.
month. So we're
Yeah.
kind of covering all the MonsterVerse movies leading up to the new Godzilla versus Kong. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I
Yeah.
wonder how that's gonna be.
I'm going theater.
Yeah, I'm gonna see it for sure.
I think I will. Yeah. So, Jason, what do you got going on over at your channel?
Well, of course, it's the same old the Beyond shows. We are dropping Tuesdays a little bit now. We're gonna do less Tuesdays because I stream way too much. So it's good to have a break once in a while.
Right.
But at least it's still the 5-cast show on Wednesdays, the Beyond on Thursdays, and then I also will have 5-cast once in a while when I feel for it, just to talk about certain stuff we don't get to talk about on the channel. Because it's hard to go through every list of the news articles that we have, because we try to keep it to a limit, but sometimes we will go over the limit. That will happen because we have so much to talk about. We just did it. We just did a stream yesterday where we talked about, because a lot of people in my crew and me, we did enjoy a lot of the Avatar: Last Airbender live action, and we saw a lot of the resemblance to the animated show, and we tried to really go detailed about certain stuff.
Oh yeah, that's out now.
Yeah, and we really highly enjoyed it, and it was just like I said, I gave it a 8 out of 10. I really
Yeah.
heavily enjoyed it, and I see a lot of people out there. They're complaining about this. Some people are hating just to hate, and that's one thing we really talked about. That big communities lately and stuff like that, they are going in hate just to hate, and I think that's a big problem because sometimes you be open-minded sometimes, and I was open-minded with the show. I thought the show was going to be really terrible with all the red flags that we heard about, but to me it was a really enjoyable TV series. I liked it. I enjoyed it, and it did have the feelings of the show itself with small changes. It was for the best in my view. So no, that's the latest thing we did, and we're also working on some other stuff that will be announced soon. And of course, you can find me on Corey's Corner, where we talk about men's health and stuff like that, and health in general on Mondays. And of course, you can find me here too on Cosmic Relief Crusaders stream. And thank you again for having me. It's always fun being here. And as I always say before we wrap up stuff, just remember life's too short. Make the most of it. And we on this panel, we love you and we appreciate you. And you inspire us every day to continue doing what we are doing. So thank you, everybody. It means the world.
There we go.
I'll second that. Heck yeah.
And I also want to again thank Radioactive for gifting 10 members.
Wow.
Thank you, Radioactive. Means a lot to me, man. And Wendy, you as well for gifting 5 Comic Relief Crusader memberships. Like, guys, I really, really appreciate it. Like, really, honestly, from the cockles of my heart.
Actually, yeah, to go with Wendy, from the bottom of your heart with her finger in it. So.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. But cheerio, guys and gals. See you next time and have yourself a great, relaxing weekend. That's right. That's exactly what I wanted to say, fans. Guys, thank you very much for coming on by. You guys here on the panel and you guys on the chat. I really, really appreciate it. All of you, I swear to God, all of you make this fun. Make this a fun channel to be to be on, and doing this and stuff like that. I am
a human,
partially, or so I've been told. Yeah. I am thinking about doing some extra stuff on this channel. I'm talking with one guy. Might do something on a Saturday where we just pick a particular news article and just kind of roll with it and have fun with it. So that's in talks right now, and it might be on a Saturday. And I'm also toying with the idea of possibly doing a I don't want to call it like a Sunday service in a sense, because I am not a pastor whatsoever. I am far from it. So, but I how should I put it? I want to explore a little deeper into the whole, let's put it like the biblical narrative of things, right? But I want to take it in such a way where it's interesting. It won't be your typical how should I put it? I don't want to say your typical church kind of thing, but I'm gonna come at it from an interesting Bible study. Yeah, let's put it that way. So yeah, exactly, Penny. Like a Bible study, but with a little bit of extra knowledge poured into it. Let's put it that way. I'm still working out the details. I was talking with one guy, the guy that actually does Floral Under a Rock. Really good guy, another Canadian. He has the puppet show going on there.
Oh, you told me about that. Yeah.
The Canadians, man. They got them Canadians, man.
I know, right? Yeah. So really nice guy. Talking
so
with
nice.
him. So I know we try.
Hey,
Just give us enough beer, eh? And we'll be on your good side forever there, eh? Don't you know?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But that's gonna be interesting, man.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm working on a few things with that. So because I think there's deeper things going on than we give the Bible credit for, right? Some mysterious, odd things that people don't normally catch. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, globally, there's something going on anyway. There's globally.
Yeah, exactly. So if you know a little bit of Hebrew, that might help. But I'll muddle it along and try to make things clearer. So just to let you know. So some interesting things are in the works. Just to let you know. So
I'm
anyway,
excited to see that, man. I'm excited for it.
That and it'll work along with the comic that I'm slowly developing as well. So interesting stuff.
Ooh.
Yes. So that being said, I want to thank everybody that joined up in the chat. The list is long. We had like over 20 people, I think, at one point. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
It's amazing that how everybody is dropping in, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And for all of you guys that are still in the chat, check out everybody's links that I added into the chat. Check out the classic geeky leftist Tom, even though he has to get his channel going. Hurry up.
Foggy Brains exists. You can always go there. That's 8 years old.
Well, yeah. And
I'm thinking about bringing
check
the TikTok back, but yeah.
And check out Pop Culture Republic, because he has some late night musings going on. That's how he weaponizes his insomnia.
That's right.
Mr. 2000 here, Appion, dude has some fun chats with people going on, and the gaming streams, and he almost has I was gonna say Fantastic Four, but that's the wrong FF. Final Fantasy 13.
But 7 Rebirth. It's like a remake of 7.
Oh, okay, yeah, that
and
one.
then there's a sequel of a remake.
Yeah.
It's out on the 28th. I'm gonna be playing the shit out of that.
Yeah, part 2 is 28th. Yeah.
I'm getting confused with numbers, so
it's all right.
He has the Final Fantasy stuff going on. so check him out.
17 of those games. There's a lot of them.
I know, right? Oh God. And yeah, check out Jason Fox on top of that with his 440 or 540, 450.
540 studio.
Yeah.
Numbers. It's
numbers
numbers.
are confusing you today.
Math is hard.
What he said, that guy below me on this panel, and check out all their stuff. So,
with hard opinions, because we don't censor ourselves.
That's right. And that's why most of us are on not just YouTube but on Rumble as well. So to everybody out there, have a great weekend. Thank you for dropping on by. I greatly appreciate it. And to all of you out there, see you Tuesday. Bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye-bye.